CoreWeave wants the whole cloud enchilada, buying Core Scientific to gain control of their AI data center density. For $9 billion, CoreWeave will add at least 2 gigawatts of data center capacity, which already hosts the CoreWeave AI Cloud. Even better, it will save $10 billion in leasing those data centers from Core Scientific. Is this how a neocloud provider effectively competes with the existing hyperscale clouds?
Well, I think it is. This vertically integrated, we own it from, as we sometimes like to say, from soup to nuts. That was the name of a podcast on virtualization a while ago. It really is this idea that in order to get the efficiencies of scale, the efficiencies of operations, you just pull the profits out in one place once. So you need to own everything from the beginning to the end. So CoreWeave is a provider of this sort of neo cloud capacity, this GPU first cloud infrastructure. And they previously simply had their applications running inside these data centers that belong to Core Scientific. Here they're acquiring that. So it's not just the data centers, though. The savings of $10 billion of rental, of leasing, and then the acquisition of $1.6 billion worth of assets, well, that definitely stacks up for that $9 billion of spend. But there's a bigger picture in here, which is that Core Scientific has contracts around the power supply to run those data centers. And that's really the asset that's being brought in here. And we'll see this as a recurring theme around AI data centers. Having enough power to run these data centers is a concern. Having a commitment to that power for a long period of time is the way that you protect your business for the longer term. Definitely having a single entity that owns everything from the data center ground all the way through the application software that's running on top of that to deliver this cloud out is vital in order to squeeze the maximum efficiency. Neoclouds are going to be just as competitive on price as the hyperscaler clouds, and we will see more and more neoclouds coming up, trying to differentiate in the market. We've seen this at AI Infrastructure Field Day, where we saw a couple of solutions that were about building data centers in places that power costs were lower, because for some of these neocloud use cases, it's more cost effective to move your data where the power cost to run the data center is lower than it is to build your AI data center close to your data. It's a little bit of a flip to how we've previously looked at building data centers for our environments. We've typically said data has a high gravity and you really tend to accumulate compute close to your data. These neoclouds are sometimes saying, we're actually going to move the compute or move the data to where the compute is cost effective.